Good afternoon, everyone. Let's begin with your doubts. So, please post your doubts pertaining to SA 250. Let's solve your doubts first, then we proceed with the next part of the standard. Please post your doubts on the chat box. Let's begin with solving your doubts and then we proceed with the next part of the standard. Okay, since you have no more doubts, let's continue with SA 250. Right, let me quickly revise with you the entire standard SA 250, whatever we have done, and then we proceed with the remaining part of the standard. We began with the meaning of non-compliance. So we began with SA 250, consideration of law and regulation in an audit of financial statements. The first question was, what is the meaning of the term non-compliance, which we discussed yesterday? The meaning of the term non-compliance, here it is. It means omission or commission. Omission, commission, it may be intentional, unintentional, and it should be contrary to the law and regulation. Only then you can call it to be a non-compliance. Okay, next we studied what is the auditor's duty regarding SA 250. Let's see that. We began with the objectives of the auditor. So the objectives of the auditor are to obtain sufficient appropriate audit evidence regarding compliance with all the laws and regulations that have direct impact on the financial statements. So anything that has a direct effect on the financial statements will have to be taken care of by the auditor, and he will have to obtain sufficient and appropriate audit evidence. We took up a few examples. Let's say, for example, if we're importers or if we're exporters, then we need import export license, and we also have to follow the FEMA Act. Now these are the laws that directly affect the operations of my organization, and that is why they are said to have a direct effect. If I talk about the next one, if I am a medical drug seller, then if I do that without license, then again my business is under a lot of problems. That is why it is known as direct effect on the organization. Next point that we saw was to perform specified procedures to identify instances of non-compliance. See this, perform audit procedures to identify the instances of non-compliance, which are my other laws and regulations. So say for example, I am a manufacturer, right? Along with manufacturing, I may be polluting some particular area around me. So then the Pollution Act is applicable to me, and it has an indirect effect on me. So because it has an indirect effect on me, that affects that is covered in the other laws and regulations that are required, and we require non-compliance for the same. And third, we must respond appropriately to non-compliance with the laws and regulations. So we will respond appropriately to non-compliance with the laws and regulations. So three things, three objectives: obtain sufficient appropriate audit evidence pertaining to direct effect. Second, we did perform audit procedures for compliance with other laws and regulations. And third, we will respond appropriately to non-compliance with laws and regulations. So if you find non-compliance with any law or regulation, then you must respond appropriately. That is the objective of the auditor in SA 250. Then yesterday we also saw the duties of the auditor, right? The first point says understanding the entity's environment and obtaining a general understanding of three things: legal and regulatory framework, industry or the sector to which we belong, and how the organization is complying with the framework. So we took an example that A Limited is the client, and A Limited is my client, is a public company. So first I have to find out what is the legal and regulatory framework, which is the Companies Act 2013 and the SEBI Act. Industry or the sector to which it belongs to the manufacturing or the pharma sector. After that, which means a drug, it belongs to the pharma sector. Okay, how is the organization complying? So we have to see that since it is a pharma sector, a lot of compliances are required, and we need a proper person. So if you have a chartered accountant having full experience and is taking care of all the compliances, then your trust will increase, and of course you can easily judge that the organization is properly complying with the financial reporting framework. Right, then you have your second point, which says duty to obtain sufficient appropriate audit evidence regarding all the laws and regulations having a direct effect on the financial statements. The third duty is to perform audit procedures. So you will identify non-compliance with other laws and procedures. How will you do that? By two things: you will inquire from the management regarding non-compliance, and you will also try to check the correspondence, means the communication between the licensing and regulatory authority. Right, next point, you should maintain a duty. There is a duty to remain alert. So the audit procedures may bring instances of non-compliance. So you have to remain alert that there may be something that you perform the audit and you come to know that, okay, this is indicating that there is non-compliance with law or regulation. So in technical language we call it professional skepticism. The auditor is required to maintain professional skepticism throughout the audit, that there can be some instance or some procedure that will give you a hint or some indication about the non-compliance that is happening in the organization. Right, and finally, duty to obtain representation from the management. Right, so you must at the end obtain representation from the management that all the non-compliances or suspected non-compliances have been properly disclosed to the auditor. Right, so you should have the written representations from the management. Right, this much is something that we have already seen yesterday. Now if you have any doubts in this, I will give you another couple of minutes just to quickly check and come back to me. Quickly check and put it on your chat box if you have any doubts. If you have any doubts, please put it on your chat box. Okay, fine, perfect. So if you have no doubts, let's proceed with the next part of the standard on auditing. We are done with question number 1. We are done with the duties and the objectives. Now come to question number 2, which says management is responsible. See the question. It says management is responsible for compliance with law and regulation. That is the statement that they have put. Management is responsible for compliance with law and regulation. अब ये sentence का हमको answer देना. Now everyone on your chat box first, whose responsibility is to comply with the law and regulation? Compliance with law and regulation, whose responsibility it is? Of course, management. Yes, it is the responsibility of the management. So it is the management's responsibility to ensure that all the laws and regulations are complied with, right? And it is the auditor's duty to check whether all the compliances are happening properly or not. Okay, let's see what they've given. As per SA 250, it is the responsibility of the management with the oversight of those charged with governance to ensure that the entity's operations are conducted in accordance with the provisions of law and regulation. So it is whose responsibility? Underline that. It is the responsibility of the management with the oversight of those charged with governance to ensure that the entity's operations are conducted in accordance with the provisions of the law and regulations, including compliance with the provisions of law and regulations that determine the reported amounts and disclosures in the entity's financial statements. The management should ensure that. Okay, now comes the important point. So what all should the management ensure as per SA 250? So let's put that as our important notes. As per SA 250, as per SA 250, management must ensure the following. As per SA 250, management must ensure the following. Okay, let's go to the first point, which says proper system is in place to monitor legal requirements and ensure that operating procedures are designed to meet these requirements. Again, very good point that they have made. I will give you an example for this. Right now, let's try and understand the statement. Proper system is in place, put a slash after place, to monitor the legal requirements and ensure that operating procedures are designed to meet these requirements. Okay, first, you should have monitor. It says you should have proper systems. So, first point, I'm writing proper systems ensure or they monitor the legal requirements. Monitor the legal requirements and all operating procedures all operating procedures are designed to comply with requirements. Right, again I'm repeating. Proper system is in place to monitor legal requirements and ensure that operating procedures are designed to meet these requirements. Okay, everyone, first take the example that I am explaining to you. Understand the example. This point will become very easy for you if you understand the example. ध्यान देना. हमारी फैक्ट्री है, so I go to a factory to conduct the audit. In the factory, there are machines all over, and there are all heavyweight machines, right? Plus, there are a lot of machines that do cutting of steel. Now, please understand, whenever you cut steel, there are a lot of small particles that come out of the cutting of that steel that can go into your eyes, that can go into your mouth, that can go into your nose, and they can really damage the parts of the body. So that is why there is one big risk in the factory. The risk is that if you go inside the factory wherever the cutting is happening, and say for example I'm passing by the machinery from where the cutting is done, and there are very small particles that fly, and those small particles that fly can damage your body. One problem. Second, when you go inside and when you go to a machinery, all machineries are kept on a stand. Sometimes it may happen that the stand may break and the machine may completely fall on your foot, and it can even break your foot, right? Your foot can be even cut into two pieces. That is how dangerous it is. So then what we decided, or what the management decided, is that this is risky. Plus, the government, when they gave the license, they framed a rule. Please understand this. They told them that you fall under the safety act. मतलब मेरा क्लाइंट जो फैक्ट्री चलाता है उसको लाइसेंस मिलते वक्त ये कहा गया कि तुम सेफ्टी एक्ट के अंडर आते हो. हमारे वहाँ एक बहुत ही क्लियर कट रूल है जो आपको फॉलो करना पड़ेगा. हमारे वहाँ क्या रूल है, ध्यान देना. एनीवन हु enters the factory should have three things. One, a mask on the face. Two, safety glasses. And three, safety shoes. Are you getting it? क्या क्या होना चाहिए? सेफ्टी मास्क होना चाहिए, सेफ्टी ग्लासेस होने चाहिए और सेफ्टी शूज होने चाहिए. पहला पॉइंट, राइट. दूसरा पॉइंट, उनका एक दूसरा भी डिपार्टमेंट है, राइट. उनका जो दूसरा डिपार्टमेंट है, देयर इज लॉट ऑफ नॉइज. सो वहां पे उनको ईयर प्लग्स पहनना कंपलसरी है. So it is compulsory for them that every employee must have ear plugs put, otherwise it can really damage the ear. अब ये रूल है, किसने रूल सेटअप किया है? फैक्ट्री एक्ट ने सेटअप किया है. क्या हम पे वो रूल लागू होता है? बिल्कुल, हमको पहले दिन ही बोल दिया था. अब मुझे डर है कि मैं डायरेक्टर कोई दुनिया के कोई कोने में बैठा हूँ, या मैं डायरेक्टर फैक्ट्री के कोई कोने में बैठा हूँ, कौन सा आदमी फैक्ट्री में आ रहा है, कौन सा आदमी बिना मास्क के फैक्ट्री में जा रहा है, कौन सा बंदा बिना ईयर प्लग्स के फैक्ट्री में जा रहा है, वो जो भी करेगा उसका सीधा इम्पैक्ट मेरे पे आएगा. क्यों? मान लो कोई सर्वे करने आया मेरी फैक्ट्री में, मान लो कोई चेकिंग करने आया, मान लो कोई ऑफिसर आया और उसने देख लिया, अरे ऑफिसर सुनो, मान लो ऑडिटर आया और उसने देख लिया कि ये लोग सेफ्टी मेजर्स नहीं रख रहे हैं, तो सीधा प्रॉब्लम में कौन पड़ेगा? मैं पड़ूंगा, डायरेक्टर. Which means it is important for me to ensure that clear cut instructions I am keeping over there. तो मैं क्या करता हूँ, मेरे फैक्ट्री के गेट के बाहर बहुत सारे मास्क, बहुत सारे सेफ्टी ग्लासेस, बहुत सारे सेफ्टी शूज भर के मैंने रख दिए. और वॉचमैन को मैंने कहा है कि दुनिया का कितना भी बड़ा आदमी क्यों ना हो, वो मास्क, सेफ्टी गॉगल्स और सेफ्टी शूज पहने बगैर अंदर नहीं जा सकता. अगर वो पहने बगैर अंदर गया तो मैं तुम पे कंप्लेन करूंगा, तुम्हारा प्रॉब्लम, तुम्हारी जॉब चली जाएगी. मैं उसको कुछ नहीं बोलूंगा. सो इट इज योर ड्यूटी टू एंश्योर दैट दीज थ्री थिंग्स आर देयर. ओनली देन एंड ओनली देन a person is allowed to enter the factory. Otherwise, a person should strictly not be allowed to enter the factory. Right? Now that person says, okay, now please understand, think from my viewpoint. Am I following a legal requirement? Yes. Do I have a procedure for that? Yes. Are my basic operations ensuring the safety and ensuring the compliance with law and regulation? Yes. That's your first point. ये काम करने की, ये सब करने की जिम्मेदारी मैनेजमेंट की है. उसको क्या करना पड़ेगा? एक प्रॉपर सिस्टम बनाना पड़ेगा. प्रॉपर सिस्टम मतलब वो अपने एम्प्लॉयज को हर रोज ट्रेनिंग देगा, वो अपने एम्प्लॉयज को रेगुलर बेसिस पर समझाएगा, वो उनको एक्सीडेंट के वीडियोस दिखाएगा कि देखो इसने मास्क नहीं पहना था, इसके साथ एक्सीडेंट हुआ, देखो इसने सेफ्टी शूज नहीं पहना था, इसके साथ एक्सीडेंट हुआ. सो प्रॉपर सिस्टम्स आर मेड. Why proper systems are made? So that we can monitor the legal requirements, right? हम proper system बनाते हैं ताकि हम चेक कर सके कि लीगल रिक्वायरमेंट्स हमारे वहाँ फॉलो हो रही है या नहीं. तो हर एक जगह पे वॉचमैन है, हर एक जगह पे सीसीटीवी कैमरा है, हमारे सेफ्टी ऑफिसर सीसीटीवी कैमरा से मॉनिटर करेंगे कि कोई भी बिना मास्क के नहीं घूम सकता, कोई भी विदाउट सेफ्टी शूज नहीं घूम सकता, right? So we have safety officers moving around who will take care of safety. Proper system is ensured to monitor the legal requirements of the factory. Second point, हमारे जितने भी ऑपरेटिंग प्रोसीजर्स हैं वो सारे भी हमने ऐसे ही बनाए हैं कि वो ये रिक्वायरमेंट को फुलफिल करते हैं. विच मीन्स हमारी जो मशीन है वो भी मशीन चालू करने से पहले हमको क्लियरली इंडिकेट करती है कि आपने मास्क पहना है. और जब तक वो, उनका एक मशीन होता है जो डिटेक्ट कर सकता है कि क्या आपका फेस कवर्ड है या नहीं, और अगर आपने मास्क पहना है तो ही वो मशीन चलेगा. ऑल ऑपरेटिंग प्रोसीजर्स आर डिजाइन्ड टू कंप्लाई विथ these requirements. Are you getting it? Now please understand, all these systems are linked to each other. Now you should have a question कि सर ऐसा कैसा सिस्टम को कैसे पता चलेगा हमने मास्क पहना है कि नहीं. Okay, I'll ask you a simple question. If at all you have this question, I'll ask you a simple question. Right, everyone on your chat box, everyone, right? Is a car, common sense question, first standard ka question, is a car a living thing or a non-living thing? Right, so sometimes in audit it is good to go back to the basics. Car, living or non-living? Okay, non-living. Very good. Second question on your chat box. Does a car make sound or indicate when you do not wear a seat belt? Does your car make sound or indicate when you do not wear a seat belt? Excellent, very good. Next question. ध्यान देना, मेरा क्वेश्चन समझना. Is wearing a seat belt a law? सीट बेल्ट पहनना क्या लॉ में लिखा है कि सीट बेल्ट पहनना पड़ेगा? Yes. What happens if you do not wear a seat belt? What happens if you do not wear a seat belt? Don't tell me accident. That will not happen. But sure thing that will happen. Everyone agrees penalty? Yes, of course, there will be penalty. What happened was, there was one travels, Patel Travels. Right, I don't know if you have heard the name or not, but a travel company थी Patel Travel. That company knew that wearing a seat belt is mandatory for cars. और वो क्या बिजनेस करता था? कार रेंटल्स का बिजनेस करता था, कार रेंट पे देता था. राइट, आप मान लीजिए आप अहमदाबाद से बड़ौदा है, आपको बड़ौदा घूमना है, तो आप पटेल ट्रैवल्स को कहोगे कि भैया हमें कार चाहिए, वो कार और ड्राइवर आपको रेंट पे देगा. मान लो कार किसकी है? पटेल ट्रैवल्स की. चला कौन रहा है? ड्राइवर. ध्यान देना, मान लो if he is not wearing a seat belt, please understand, if he is not wearing a seat belt, क्या होगा? घर पे चलान आएगा. चलान किसके घर पे आएगा? ओनर के घर पे. भरना किसको पड़ेगा? ओनर को. ओनर ने तो कार चलाई भी नहीं, ड्राइवर ने चलाई. The mistake happened by the driver. It is the driver who did the mistake, and who is paying for it? The owner. Which means it is the owner, it is the management's responsibility to ensure that proper systems are there and all the operating procedures are meeting the legal requirements. उसने कार में सिस्टम चेंज कर दिया कि जब तक you do not have, ध्यान देना क्या किया, the seat belt fastened, the car will not start. Till you do not have the seat belt fastened, the car will not start. Now, is the operating procedure meeting the legal requirements? Yes. हर रोज का कार का ऑपरेशन ये है कि कार कितना भी चालू करने की कोशिश करोगे, जब तक वो क्लिक नहीं होगा, मतलब जब तक आपका सीट बेल्ट लॉक नहीं होगा, तब तक कार को सिग्नल नहीं मिलेगा और कार चालू नहीं होगी. मेरा सारा ऑपरेटिंग प्रोसीजर इसके आसपास ही घूमेगा. आपको जो भी करना है करो, मुझे कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. सीट बेल्ट पहना हुआ होना चाहिए. क्यों? क्योंकि लॉ कहता है सीट बेल्ट पहन के रखो, और नहीं पहना तो पेनल्टी होगी. ये किसकी जिम्मेदारी है? ये सब दिमाग लड़ाने की? मैनेजमेंट की. It is the management's responsibility to ensure that proper systems are there that will ensure that we keep a check on all the legal requirements, और हमारी जितनी भी operating procedure है, all the operating procedures should meet the requirements of these proper systems, right? And they should meet the requirements of the legal requirements that you have, right? Are you all clear with this? Are you all clear with this? Quickly on the chat box, yes or no? Are you all clear with this? Okay, perfect. If you're clear with this, let's go to the second point. Second point, ध्यान देना. The second point says proper formulation and implementation of appropriate systems of internal control is in place or not. Second point. Let's understand the second point. Internal controls placed in the organization are properly formulated and implemented. So the question says, the question clearly asks you, are internal controls placed in the organization properly formulated and implemented? Formulated means formed, implemented means put into application. Right, अब ध्यान देना. Whenever, say for example, whenever there is a new product that is coming in the factory, ध्यान देना, हमारी, again let's continue with the same example so that you understand it carefully. Safety Act is applicable to us, and we keep buying new machines. Right now, when we keep buying new machines, see, every machine is different. So it may so happen that you may buy a machine, but your team may not know how to use it. And if someone who does not know how to use it uses a machine, there are high chances of accident. So what we do is, in that case, हमारा internal control ऐसा कहता है कि जैसे ही मशीन आप खरीदोगे, वो सारा जो हमने पढ़ा वो internal control तो आपको फॉलो करना ही है. उसके अलावा हमने additional internal control रखा है कि वो जैसे ही मशीन आएगा, no one will open the box. First rule, हमने क्या किया है, internal control फॉर्म किया है कि जैसे ही कोई भी टाइप का नया मशीन आएगा, no one will open the box, वो पैक रहेगा. राइट, द सेफ्टी ऑफिसर, ध्यान देना, कंपनी में कौन होता है, सेफ्टी ऑफिसर होता है, प्लस अ डायरेक्टर ऑफ द कंपनी, प्लस सुपरवाइजर जो सब लेबरर्स के ऊपर नजर रखता है, और प्लस लेबरर्स का हेड. ये सारे लोग मशीन ओपन करेंगे, रन करेंगे, टेस्ट करेंगे. मतलब मशीन कौन खोलेगा, ये लोग के सामने खुलेगा, मशीन निकलेगा, ये लोग टेस्ट करेंगे, रन करेंगे, मशीन को 3-4 बार चला के देखेंगे. अगर इनको लगता है नहीं मशीन बिल्कुल सही है, मशीन सेफ चल रही है, उसके बाद सारे एम्प्लॉयज को बुलाएंगे. सो देन यू कॉल ऑल एम्प्लॉयज एंड यू गिव देम अ डेमो रन ऑफ द मशीन. आप चला के दिखाओगे कि देखो भैया ऐसे चलता है, ये डेमो है, ये इस तरीके से चलता है, इसमें ये सेफ्टी मेजर्स रखने पड़ते हैं, ये सारी बातें आप वहां पे ट्रेनिंग दोगे. सो फर्स्ट यू गिव ट्रेनिंग, ओनली देन machine is put to use. First of all, you will have to give training, After you give training, only and only then the machine will be put to use. Are you getting it? So first we give the training and only then we put the machine to use. This is what internal control. नई मशीन के रिलेटेड हमने कुछ इंटरनल कंट्रोल सेट किए, वो इंटरनल कंट्रोल आप लोग को फॉलो करना पड़ेगा। क्यों? क्योंकि हमारी सेफ्टी उससे रिलेटेड है। आज नया मशीन आया, किसी को चलाने नहीं आता, किसी को पता नहीं है कि इसमें क्या होता है क्या नहीं होता है, और कल वो मशीन से किसी का एक्सीडेंट हो जाए, बिग प्रॉब्लम टू द कंपनी, right? Because it is a big problem to the company does not want to take any such kind of chances. And since the company does not want to take any such kind of chances, it is important that the company makes, that means formulates, and the company implements, means puts into system a proper internal control, right? That's your second point. Your first point is proper, you should ensure proper systems are there to monitor the legal requirements, and our operating procedures are designed to comply with these requirements. And second, the internal controls are properly formulated and implemented, right? Are you clear with this? Absolutely simple case this is, right? Look at your first point. Proper systems monitor the legal requirements and all the operating procedures designed to comply with these requirements, and internal control placed in the organizations are properly formulated and implemented. हमने proper system follow किया है, ये system होगा तो ही ऐसा होगा। Are you getting it? Okay, अब ध्यान देना, एक और एग्जांपल देता हूँ relating to point number 2, and then I will take your doubts, इसलिए ध्यान देना, right? I am giving you a very good example. Please understand that example. It says कि एक कंपनी है, एक कंपनी जो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग करती है, उनको सेफ्टी एक्ट एप्लीकेबल है। उनके वहां पे एक रूल है, ध्यान देना और ध्यान से समझना क्या रूल है, ध्यान से समझना क्या रूल है। Just give me a second. They have a rule. As per the Safety Act, they have one car which is kept reserve. One car that is kept reserve only for accidents. Please ध्यान देना मेरी बात को। एक कार है जो फैक्ट्री ने रखी है, जो सिर्फ एक्सीडेंट के लिए उन्होंने रिजर्व करके रखी है। एक्सीडेंट के लिए रिजर्व करके रखी है, उसका मतलब क्या है कि एक कार पड़ी रहेगी। मान लो किसी का भी एक्सीडेंट हुआ तो वो कार में उसको बिठा के तुरंत हॉस्पिटल ले जाएंगे। उस वक्त कार ढूंढने की जरूरत नहीं है कि किसी की कार है प्लीज ले आओ, कोई आदमी मर रहा है। दैट इज नॉट द करेक्ट मेथड। So you keep a car reserved, which is that car will act as your ambulance. Now this is your internal control. You will never disturb the car. Even if your director wants to go somewhere, he has to wait for his car to come. He cannot say ये ambulance वाली गाड़ी मुझे दे दो। Internal control, you cannot do that. वो कार सिर्फ और सिर्फ सेफ्टी के लिए रखी हुई है कि किसी का भी एक्सीडेंट हुआ तो वर्स्ट केस सर्कमस्टेंसेस में उस कार में उसको बिठाओ और सीधा हॉस्पिटल ले जाओ, ताकि वो एम्प्लॉय बच जाए। वो एम्प्लॉय बचेगा तो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की लायबिलिटी नहीं होगी। इंटरनल कंट्रोल फ्रेम्ड टू एंश्योर that proper and quick treatment and timely treatment is given to the employees. Are you getting it? Internal control says कि डायरेक्टर की पूरी के डायरेक्टर क्या कंपनी का सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट आदमी के भी कहेगा मुझे कार चाहिए तो उसको नहीं मिलेगी। अगर उसको उस कार में जाना है तो पहले उसको कहीं गिरना पड़ेगा, उसका एक्सीडेंट होना चाहिए फैक्ट्री प्रीमाइसेस के अंदर, तो ही वो उस कार में बैठ पाएगा। Internal control set in the company to ensure that safety measures are there, to ensure that law and regulations are properly being taken care of. Are you getting it? Write quickly on your chat box. If you have any doubts, please post them. Quickly, everyone on your chat box. If you have doubts, please post them. Anyone has a doubt? Let's take that doubt first. Okay, sir, how is second example, how in the second example internal control is concerned? Okay, I'll give you the answer to that. In the second example, we saw that the company has a system of safety, the company has internal control of safety. What is your internal control? The internal control is that if there is any problem to the employer, if there is any accident, straight away there is one ambulance reserved in the factory, and that ambulance is nothing but a car. So an employee will always be transported as quickly as possible in that car. Right now, say for example, if I want to go out for a drive, the question is, can I take that car? Right, Spruha, my question to you is, I am a director of the company, I am the owner of the company, dhyan dena, I am the owner of the company, I want to take that car. Which car? Which is the ambulance. Can I do it? Actually the answer is yes, I can do it. Why? Because I am the owner. But please understand, but the company has formed rules, also known as internal controls. The company has formed rules, that is internal controls, that that car will be used only in case of medical emergencies. Even the owner has no right. Why? क्योंकि कंपनी ने एक सिस्टम, एक इंटरनल कंट्रोल सेट किया है कि इस कार को डिस्टर्ब नहीं करने का, इस कार को मेडिकल इमरजेंसीज के लिए ही रहने देना है. दैट इज द कंसेप्ट ऑफ इंटरनल कंट्रोल. Right? Are you clear with that? Are you clear with this? Okay, I have one more doubt which says, sir, but these internal controls are of the act, right? If one company has formed its own internal control and if someone does not follow that internal control mentioned in the company, it cannot be said to be non-compliance with law and regulation. The answer is no. Dhara, what you are saying is absolutely incorrect. Right, what you are saying is incorrect. Okay, why? I will reply to your question. First, let me explain your question so that everyone understands. So Dhara is a question which in which she says internal controls are of the act, right? So first, the answer to your first question is no. The internal controls are not of the act. The internal controls, please understand, are not of the act. The internal controls are of the organization. They are not of the act. But internal controls will help you comply with the rules. The internal control will help you comply with the rules. Right? I'll tell you what the internal control is. Dhyan dena. Let me first answer the first question that you have asked. Internal controls are of the act. That is wrong. I'll give you one example which will help you understand that. Then I will explain your second question as well. Your first question is internal controls are of the act. No, they are not of the act. Suppose if you run a cyber cafe, I come to a cyber cafe, I open objectionable websites. What will the system show? Your IP address. And if the Information Technology Act catches you कि आपके सिस्टम से ये गलत वेबसाइट खुली है, तो आपको पेनल्टी भी होगी, प्लस आपको पनिशमेंट भी होगी, प्लस आपके ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को सील भी कर देंगे. मतलब आपके साइबर कैफे को वो लोग सील भी कर देंगे. राइट, ये आपको पता है धारा कि मैं साइबर कैफे चलाती हूँ. मेरे साइबर कैफे में अगर किसी ने कोई भी गवर्नमेंट की वेबसाइट हैक करने की कोशिश की, डिफेंस की वेबसाइट हैक करने की कोशिश की, कोई ऐसा सॉफ्टवेयर डाउनलोड किया जिससे सबके वेबसाइट पे वायरस चले जाए, कोई ऐसी वेबसाइट ओपन करके उसकी लिंक शेयर की जिससे सबके सिस्टम में वायरस चले जाए, ऐसी कोई भी ऑब्जेक्शनेबल वेबसाइट अगर आपके साइबर कैफे से खुली है, तो कोई भी इंसान देखेगा कि भाई इसके ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इस अच्छा ये कहाँ से खुला है, तो धारा के साइबर कैफे के कंप्यूटर से खुला है. सीधा धारा को भी पकड़ लेंगे, आपको पनिशमेंट भी होगी, आपको पेनल्टी भी होगी और आपकी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को सील भी कर देंगे. नाउ माय क्वेश्चन टू यू इज, धारा, माय क्वेश्चन टू यू इज, Are you concerned? Are you concerned that this can happen to you? Are you concerned that this can happen to you? Yes. My next question to you is, will you take steps to avoid it? Will you take steps to avoid it? Yes. Okay. Now I am telling you what steps you can take to avoid it. One, you can ban oblique block those websites. आप सबसे पहले तो वो सारी वेबसाइट्स को बैन और ब्लॉक कर दोगे, प्लस आप एक रजिस्टर मेंटेन करोगे। रजिस्टर में लिखोगे कंप्यूटर नंबर 1 पे कौन बैठा था, मैं बैठा था। कंप्यूटर नंबर 2 पे कौन बैठा था, सॉरी दीपेश। कंप्यूटर नंबर 3 पे पुष्पेंद्र सर। कंप्यूटर नंबर 4 संकेत सर। कंप्यूटर नंबर 5 मॉलिन सर। You will have a register, plus you will have our ID proof scanned and saved with you. Now please understand, when I am giving my ID proof to you और मैं देख रहा हूं कि धारा हर एक चीज लिख रही है और धारा की पूरी नजर है मैं क्या कर रहा हूं, मैं ऑटोमेटिकली वो गलत काम नहीं करूंगा। और अगर मैं गलत काम नहीं करूंगा मतलब आपके आपके ऑर्गेनाइजेशन से, आपके साइबर कैफे से कोई भी टाइप की ऐसी ऑब्जेक्शनल वेबसाइट ओपन नहीं होगी। अगर वेबसाइट ओपन नहीं होती है तो आपका साइबर कैफे सेफ है, विच मीन्स कीपिंग अ रजिस्टर, ban putting a ban or block on a particular website is what? Your internal control. You agree with me, Dara? Yes or no? Is this internal control? Yes. Why did you keep this internal control? For compliance with law and regulation. You agree with me? Why did you keep this internal control? To comply with law and regulation, right? which means which means that you make an internal control. Why do you make an internal control? So that you and your organization can comply with all the laws and regulations. Are you first clear with the first statement? Yes or no? Quickly on your chat box. Are you first clear with with this question? Yes. Okay, let's go to your second question. Your second question says, if one company has formed its own internal control and if someone does not follow the internal control mentioned by the company, then it cannot be said non-compliance of law. No, it cannot be said non-compliance of law. I agree, Dara, कि अगर कोई एम्प्लॉय आपका इंटरनल कंट्रोल फॉलो नहीं करता तो नॉन कंप्लायंस नहीं कहलाएगा। लेकिन ऐसा तो कह सकते हैं कि क्योंकि वो आपके रूल्स रेगुलेशंस फॉलो नहीं कर रहा इसीलिए नॉन कंप्लायंस हो सकता है आगे जाके। यस और नो, यू एग्री विथ मी? आपको डर है कि यार ये रूल फॉलो नहीं किया, क्योंकि नहीं किया तो नॉन कंप्लायंस आज तो नहीं हुआ है पर आगे जाके हो सकता है कोई इस बात का गलत फायदा उठाएगा। कोई देखेगा कि अच्छा धारा का ये साइबर कैफे तो बहुत अच्छा है, कोई सिक्योरिटी नहीं है, चलो गवर्नमेंट की सीधा डिफेंस की वेबसाइट को हैक करते हैं और उसको सारा वहां पे वायरस फैला देते हैं। हम तो चुपचाप चले जाएंगे, धारा को तो पता नहीं है हमारा नाम क्या है, हम वहां से निकल जाएंगे एंड ऑल द ब्लेम विल कम ऑन यू एंड योर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन। In order to safeguard that, what do? You set up internal control. Are you getting it? Okay, right. I hope, Dara, that is absolutely clear to you and that also solves your doubt. Right, okay, perfect. Let's go to the next one. I have another doubt which says operating procedure means your day-to-day business operations, your day-to-day business procedures. Right, so Spruha, operating procedures means your day-to-day procedures that you have. Right, I hope that solves your doubt and now it is clear to you. Are you all clear with this? If you have any doubt, please ask me. If you have any further doubts, fine. If you have no doubts, perfect. We are done up with how many? Two, 2 out of 5. Okay. So what you do is take a 5 minutes break. Right now it is 4:05. I will see you back at 4:10. Right. So take a 5 minutes break. I will see you back sharp in 5 minutes at 4:10. Right. Okay. So see you in 5 minutes after a short break. Okay, let's resume. Before I resume, I have one more doubt. Let me take that doubt as well, and then we go to the next part. It says in the introductory paragraph, it is written that including compliances with the provisions of laws and regulations that determine in the reported amounts and disclosures in the financial statements. How can compliance with law determine the amounts and disclosures? So you have not understood the statement. It says that the figures that you show in the financial statements should be as per the statute. What is statute? Law. What is law? The law that is applicable to you. So if accounting standard 20 tells you कि ईपीएस का कैलकुलेशन एक्स तरीके से होना चाहिए, तो क्या आपने एक्स मेथड यूज की है? बिकॉज इफ यू यूज द वाई मेथड, विच मीन्स यू आर नॉट कंप्लाइंग विद द लॉ एंड रेगुलेशन, एंड इफ यू आर नॉट कंप्लाइंग विद द लॉ एंड रेगुलेशन, योर बुक्स ऑफ अकाउंट्स डू नॉट गिव a true and fair view. So law and regulation will help you determine what amounts will be there in the financial statement, or how a particular disclosure is to be made in the financial statement. Right? Okay, perfect. Let's go to the third point. We're done up with 2 points. Let's focus now on the third point, which says whether formal code of conduct is in place to ensure adherence towards internal control policies, towards compliance of internal control, and disciplinary actions taken appropriately against employees who fail to comply. Very important point, right? Very interesting point. Let's take the example of a bank. Third point. Let's put the notes. Let's see what they have given. Whether formal code of conduct is in place to do what? To ensure adherence towards internal control policies, towards compliance with internal control, and disciplinary actions are taken appropriately against employees who fail to comply. So third point says we have a formal code of conduct. We have a formal code of conduct to do what? To ensure compliance with the internal control policies. With the internal control policies. Right? Next point. And disciplinary actions are taken, plus disciplinary actions are taken against employees who do not comply with it. Are you getting it? Who do not comply with it. Right, so let's understand. Let's take one good example. Let's take the example of a bank. Right, so please understand this. Let's take the example of a bank. If I talk about a bank, an employee who has access to your account, it is his responsibility to keep all your account details secure. I'm asking you one question. Okay, so one interesting question, everyone on your chat box. आप सबके पास आई एम श्योर एक बैंक अकाउंट है. कल आपको ऐसा पता चलता है that your bank account details, what bank account details? Your all personal details as to how many accounts do you have, where are your accounts, all those details are accessible to all, and all your information such as passwords can be leaked. My question to you is, will you continue to have an account in such a bank? My question to you is, कल आपको पता चलता है कि हमारा जो बैंक में अकाउंट है वहां पे तो सब, वहां का अकाउंटेंट या वहां का कैशियर जाके सबको बताता है कि देखो देखो आज तो इन लोगों ने 2 लाख रुपए डिपॉजिट किए, आज आपको पता है आज तो इनका चेक आया, आपको पता है इनका चेक बाउंस हो गया, इनके अकाउंट में इस वक्त कितना बैलेंस है, मैं तो मुझे तो सिक्योरिटी का पूरा एक्सेस है, इनके सिस्टम में ओटीपी का सिस्टम नहीं है, मतलब इनका अगर आपको पिन और पासवर्ड मिल जाएगा तो आप इजीली इनका अकाउंट एक्सेस कर पाओगे क्योंकि ओटीपी की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती। एवरीथिंग, each and everything is is being compromised in the bank. Will you keep an account over there? No. Why? Because there are no safety measures. Okay. Second point, pay attention. The bank manager and the owner of that bank, the bank manager and the owner of that bank is a very honest person. He will never do this. But his employees are dishonest. He is a very honest person, but employees are dishonest. Tell me, if employees are dishonest, can information be leaked? अगर employees आपके dishonest है तो क्या बैंक की information leak हो सकती है? बिल्कुल हो सकती है. If the information of the bank is leaked, who is in a loss? Whose reputation goes? Bank or the employees? अगर कल पता चला कि XYZ बैंक में सब इंफॉर्मेशन लीक हो रही है तो बैंक का नाम खराब होगा ना. वो थोड़ी बोलेंगे कौन से एम्प्लॉय ने किया, वो बोलेंगे यार ये बैंक में हमको काम नहीं करना. Which means one employee's mistake, one employee's carelessness can cause a big problem to the bank. Which means we have to set such internal controls that none of the employees are violating any of the internal control procedures that are there. If at all any employee by mistake violates the internal control procedures, disciplinary action should be taken against them. So for example, मैंने आपको ये बताया कि आप कोई भी इंफॉर्मेशन अगर बैंक की कंप्यूटर पे देखते हो तो आप उसको डिस्क्लोज नहीं कर सकते. डिस्क्लोज करने के लिए आपको या तो उसका फोटो खींचना है, या आपको उसका स्क्रीनशॉट लेना है, या तो आपको पेन ड्राइव में कॉपी करना है. आपका सिस्टम पेन ड्राइव में कॉपी करने देगा नहीं. आप फोटो लोगे तो फोटो ब्लर हो जाएगा क्योंकि सिस्टम का कॉन्फ़िगरेशन वैसा है. और अगर आप स्क्रीनशॉट लोगे तो भी सिस्टम आपको स्क्रीनशॉट लेने दे नहीं देगा. इन दैट केस इफ यू ट्राई टू ओवरराइड द कंट्रोल्स, अगर आप जाके सेटिंग चेंज कर देते हो और सेटिंग चेंज करके आप ऐसा बोलते हो नहीं नहीं हम तो कैसे भी करके सिस्टम एक्सेस करेंगे और जो हमको चाहिए वो हम स्क्रीनशॉट ले लेंगे, if the which means you are violating the internal control. If you violate the internal control, in this case disciplinary action should be taken against you. You should be either be liable to penalty, or an FIR should be filed against you for violating the law, and you should be thrown out of the company. Are you understanding? Is this clear to you? Which means you should have a formal code of conduct. एक rules regulations, एक system, एक discipline होना चाहिए, एक set of policies होनी चाहिए जो क्या करेगा, जो आपका internal control follow हो ऐसा काम करेगा. क्यों internal control follow हो ऐसा काम करेगा? क्योंकि आपको अपना इंटरनल कंट्रोल सिक्योर करना है. क्यों इंटरनल कंट्रोल सिक्योर करना है? क्योंकि आपको लॉ और रेगुलेशन से कंप्लायंस करना है. You want to ensure that all the laws and regulations are properly complied with. Only if they are complied with, then you are safe. If they are not complied with, you are liable to penalties. You are liable to your business being affected because of going concern assumption. Are you getting it? Okay. And finally, अगर मान लो कोई law violate करता भी है, तो disciplinary action should be taken against those employees who do not comply with the laws and regulations. Are you understanding this? Okay. Right, everyone clear with this? Let's go to the third point if you all are clear with this. Sorry, to the fourth point. Third point we just did. Let's now go to the fourth point. Fourth point. देखो क्या दिया है इन्होंने. Whether competence and experienced legal advisors engaged to assist in monitoring legal requirements. Very interesting point. Do we have competent Competent means what? Kabil. And experienced. Lawyers who ensure compliance with law and regulations. Right, so you have to ensure that you have the right kind of lawyer in the organization, and that lawyer is able to take care of all the compliance with your laws and regulations. So whether competent and experienced legal advisors are engaged in helping monitoring legal requirements, so they ensure compliance with law and regulation, or you can also say they monitor the compliance with your law and regulation. So let us also put ensure oblique monitor your compliance with the laws and regulations. Right, are you getting it? Okay, let's go to the fifth point. Whether proper records maintained for significant law and regulations with which the entity has to comply within a particular industry, and a record of complaints. Okay, again, whether proper records maintained for significant law and regulations with which the entity has to comply. Very important point, with which the entity has to comply. So are you maintaining proper records? It says, are you maintaining proper records for compliance with law and regulations as per the particular industry to which you belong? So the question is, are you maintaining proper records? क्या आपने proper records सारे के सारे maintain किए हैं? जो records आपको compliance करवाएगा law and regulation से. Let's take two examples for that. Example number one, understand this carefully. When you go to a doctor, a doctor has to keep a register of patients. और patients का कि उसमें सारी पर्सनल डिटेल्स आ जानी चाहिए. ये कौन कहता है? डॉक्टर लोगों का, डॉक्टर्स का जो एथिक्स है, जो कोड है, जो एक्ट है, वो उनको कहता है कि आपको एक रजिस्टर रखना पड़ेगा कि कौन सा पेशेंट आपके पास विजिट करने आया है. राइट, दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. अगर आपने रजिस्टर नहीं रखा, मतलब आप यू आर नॉट कंप्लाइंग विद द लॉ एंड रेगुलेशन. राइट, सो यू नीड टू हैव a register that tells you which patient comes at what time, and all those things should be maintained in a register. You go to any doctor, they have to maintain that register. So they will maintain that register either on the system, that means on your computer, or they will maintain that register manually, means in a proper book. Right, that means, are they maintaining proper records for complying with the law and regulations? Yes. Who tells you to comply with the law and regulations? The industry to which you belong has made such rules and regulations, and you have to comply with those laws and regulations. Are you understanding? Are you clear with this? Okay, let's go to point number two. In fact, sorry, let's go to example number two. You go to a construction site. Now at a construction site, you will always find laborers. And please understand, laborers are not the same every day. Every day you have different laborers in the company, at the site. Now that laborer is, or that site has to comply with the Labor Act. So that site has to comply with the Labor Act, and the Labor Act tells you कि एक रजिस्टर मेंटेन करो जिसमें जितने भी एम्प्लॉयज हैं उनका नाम होना चाहिए. आप उनको जब डेली वेजेस दोगे तो आपको उनका या तो थंब इम्प्रेशन, मतलब फिंगरप्रिंट लेना है, क्योंकि वो लोग एडुकेटेड नहीं है तो साइन नहीं कर पाएंगे, या अगर वो एडुकेटेड है, साइन करना जानते हैं, तो आपको उनकी साइन लेनी पड़ेगी. दिस इज द लॉ. Right, is that law applicable to my provision store? No, because my provision store does not belong to that industry in which this law is applicable. This law is applicable only, this law is applicable only and only to the industry such as site construction or construction sites. तो जहाँ पे भी कंस्ट्रक्शन का काम चल रहा है उन लोग को स्ट्रिक्टली एक रजिस्टर मेंटेन करना पड़ता है, right? So if my second example, if you are working at a site, you need to maintain a register, and this register will tell you how many employees are there in your organization and how many employees have you paid the wages along with their sign or thumb impression, right? Again, one responsibility that the management has to ensure. Let me take one last example and then we can take your doubts. Example number 3. You go to a hotel. In a hotel, again, they have a register. In a hotel, they have a register. In the register, they write the name, address, and address, purpose of visit, and where are you going to go back. Everything is mentioned. Everything is mentioned. राइट आप होटल में जाइए, आप वहाँ पे एक रजिस्टर होगा, वो आपसे पूछेंगे आपका नाम बताइए, आप कहाँ से आए हैं, आपका एड्रेस प्रूफ दीजिए, आप क्यों आए हो इस शहर में, आपका पर्पस ऑफ विजिट क्या है, आप वापस कब जाने वाले हैं, आप वापस कहाँ जाने वाले हैं. Everything they will mention in that register. Why? Because the hospitality sector, the industry known as the hospitality industry tells you कि ये लॉ है कि कोई भी आपका गेस्ट होटल में रुकेगा, आपको इतनी बेसिक इंफॉर्मेशन उससे लेके और हम लोग को पास ऑन करनी पड़ेगी. क्यों? क्योंकि ये लॉ है. क्यों लॉ बना है? क्योंकि आगे जाके कभी भी कोई भी प्रॉब्लम हो तो हम इस so that we can track it down. Right now, if you do not support, suppose if there is a terrorist staying in your hotel, he does a blast somewhere and they come to know it is in your hotel, not your fault, not your fault, because you didn't know he's a terrorist. So that terrorist comes and stays at your hotel, does a blast somewhere, goes back, they come to know कि आपके होटल में रुका है, वो पहले आपके आके आपको कहेंगे कि इस डेट का हमको रजिस्टर दिखाओ, कौन कौन आपकी होटल में किस नाम से रुका था, उसका आईडी प्रूफ हमको दिखाओ. आप कहोगे अच्छा सर वो एक दो लोग का तो उस दिन हमने आईडी प्रूफ नहीं लिया था, हमारा स्टाफ कम था. आर यू कंप्लाइंग विद द लॉ एंड रेगुलेशंस? नो. आर यू मेंटेनिंग प्रॉपर रिकॉर्ड्स? नो. You are prone to risk in the organization. They can cancel your license of the hotel. You are not following the laws that are specified by the hotel, and because you do not follow the law specified by the hotel industry, you are doing non-compliance with law and regulation. Who is responsible for all this? The management is responsible, and that is why it is the management's responsibility to ensure that we are maintaining proper records for compliance with all the laws and regulations in the organization. Are you understanding? Are you clear with this? Are you conceptually clear with this? Everyone on your chat box, are you clear with this? Yes or no? The 5 points that we did. Are you all clear with this? The 5 points. If you have any doubts, please let me know. Let's quickly revise the 5 points. Then again, I will ask you and take your doubts. It says question number 5 tells you the management is responsible for compliance with law and regulations. Of course, all of us decided that it is the management's responsibility to ensure that there is proper compliance with law and regulation. To do so, the management has to do 5 important things. Let's understand those 5 important things. First, there should be proper system to monitor the legal requirements, and all the day-to-day activities, that is your operating procedures, are designed to comply with these requirements. Then we took that example. For example, anyone who enters the factory should have a mask. So there is a legal requirement कि mask या protection या safety protection होना चाहिए. क्या आप अपने डे टू डे प्रोसीजर में फॉलो करते हो? बिल्कुल करते हैं. हमने बहुत सारे मास्क, सेफ्टी शूज और सेफ्टी गॉगल्स लेके, सेफ्टी ग्लासेस लेके फैक्ट्री गेट के बाहर रख दिए और वॉचमैन को खड़ा रख दिया है. कोई भी अंदर जाएगा वो ये 3 चीजों में से एक भी नहीं पहना होगा तो उसको फैक्ट्री प्रीमाइसेस में अंदर नहीं जाने देंगे. मींस ऑन अ डेली बेसिस वी आर कंप्लाइंग विद all the legal requirements. Case number 2 sorry, point number 2, internal controls are placed in the organization and they are properly formulated and implemented. So if Safety Act is applicable to you and we have set up a rule that if you buy a new machine, no one will open the machine, the officers, the safety officers, the directors, everyone will run the machine. They will ensure safety measures, they will give training, and only then the machine will be used. This is known as your internal control procedure to ensure safety, which will ultimately help you to lead, which will ultimately help you in leading to ensuring compliance with the safety measures and compliance with the Safety Act. Then you have third case, which says we have kept that we have a formal code of conduct that ensures that all the internal control policies are followed and disciplinary actions are taken against the employees who do not follow it. So say for example, if you have a bank, then it is the responsibility of the management that you ensure safety and security of all the details of the bank holders. If that is compromised, the bank's name is spoiled. So you have very strict action के कोई भी डेटा लीक नहीं होना चाहिए. मान लो कोई भी एम्प्लॉय ने सिस्टम को ओवरराइड करके डेटा निकालने की कोशिश की तो उसके अगेंस्ट डिसिप्लिनरी एक्शन लिया जाएगा. Right? Fourth point, right? Ensure that you have competent and experienced lawyers who will ensure or monitor compliance with all the laws and regulations. And finally, the fifth point, are you maintaining proper records for compliance with law and regulations as per the particular industry to which you belong? If you do not have those records, again that will result in non-compliance by the organization. So you will again have to ensure that all the proper records are maintained particular to your industry. Are you understanding? Right? Are you clear with this? If you have any doubts, please ask me. Okay, so there is one doubt which asks me that if there are any technical glitches or technical errors, will it affect the company's compliance with law? So say for example, cameras in the hotel are not working. Okay, that's a good question. Now please understand this. The hotel, every hotel, you go to any hotel, if I don't know if you have understood the structure of a hotel, any hotel will have maintenance department. Every hotel, understand this, every hotel has what? Has a department known as the maintenance department. What happens in the maintenance department? Maintenance department में क्या होता है? उनके सारे प्लम्बर, लेबरर, टेक्नीशियंस, कैमरा वाले सारे बंदे होटल में ही रहते हैं 24 घंटे. और कभी भी कहीं से भी फोन आए कि एसी नहीं चल रहा है, पानी नहीं आ रहा है, टैप टूट गया, फर्नीचर टूट गया, so you cannot say अभी तो कल ही होगा. You should have technical people in the hotel. See, remember, you are in the service sector, so you need to ensure that your maintenance department is up and running all the time. Now say for example, one of the cameras is not working. So the first question is are all cameras working or only some are not? Are all cameras not working or only some are not working? Say for example, only some are not working, then it is the duty of the hotel. Please understand what I'm writing. The duty of the hotel to fix that problem ASAP. Ensure कि जल्द से जल्द ये प्रॉब्लम आपने सॉल्व कर दिया है. जल्द से जल्द ये प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व हो जाना चाहिए. मतलब आपकी होटल का कैमरा खराब है तो जल्दी से मेंटेनेंस से बुलाओ और उसको ठीक करो, क्योंकि वो सेफ्टी मेजर्स होना चाहिए. मान लो आपके होटल का कैमरा खराब है, 1 घंटे के लिए खराब हुआ, 2 घंटे के लिए खराब हुआ, 1 दिन के लिए खराब हुआ, चलेगा. 5 दिन से खराब है और आपने कोई एक्शन नहीं लिया, then the company said that it is not complying with the laws and regulations. Right? Then they will say कि आपने जानबूझ के कैमरा लगाया पर चालू नहीं किया है क्योंकि आप कुछ गलत एक्टिविटी करना चाहते हो. क्योंकि अगर आपका कैमरा बिगड़ा है तो 1 घंटा, 2 घंटा, 5 घंटा, 10 घंटा, 12 घंटा, 1 दिन मैक्सिमम उसको रिपेयर करने के लिए. और अगर कोई जेन्युइन रीजन है, कोई जेन्युइन प्रॉब्लम चल रहा है तो 2 दिन, 3 दिन, 5-6 दिन तक अगर कोई कैमरा नहीं चलेगा, which means I am sure there is something. So the answer to your question is subjective. So if there is a technical problem and the camera does not work for 1 hour, but the company fixes up the camera, the hotel fixes up the camera within 1 hour, no problem. क्योंकि उस 1 घंटे में कोई प्रॉब्लम अगर होने वाली है तो दूसरे कैमरास हैं उसको ट्रैक करने के लिए. Are you understanding? दूसरे कैमरा है उसको ट्रैक करने के लिए. Okay, one more interesting case. So I can remember one case that is happening. So what happened? There was one hotel. I will not name the hotel, but in that one hotel there were a lot of NRI guests, and the technical employees of the company along with the waiters decided कि ये जो foreign से लोग आए हैं हम इनका we will try to take away the material from their room. तो जब वो बाहर होंगे तब हम चोरी करने की कोशिश करेंगे. तो उन्होंने क्या किया, उनको पता था कि हम 12 बजे रूम के अंदर एंटर होंगे. तो टेक्निकल बंदे ने क्या किया, एग्जैक्ट 12 बजे वो ही कॉरिडोर के सारे कैमरा बंद कर दिए. ये लोग, these people tried to enter. The moment they tried to enter, after entering they took all the stuff, and after taking the stuff they came back, and within half an hour that camera was again up and working. बाद में जब जब वो गेस्ट 2 दिन बाद, इतने दिन में तो क्या है गेस्ट को पता भी नहीं चला क्योंकि हर रोज कोई अपना सामान खोल के चेक नहीं करता अगर वेकेशन पे आया हो तो. So after 2 days, the guests tried to check and they did not find the stuff. They placed a complaint, and the moment they placed a complaint, first the hotel tried to resolve it. Since they could not resolve, they filed an FIR to the police station कि ये होटल में चोरी हुई है. Automatically, the police came and they started checking the CCTV camera. They could not check 10 minutes CCTV footage. एंड देन दे थॉट कि सारा टाइम तो हम लोग ने सब कुछ कैमरा में सब कुछ चेक कर लिया, कैमरा भी ठीक चल रहा है, सिर्फ 10 मिनट के लिए कैमरा क्यों बंद हुआ. तो उन्होंने 10 मिनट के लिए कैमरा चेक किया. अब उसमें ऐसा दिख रहा था सिस्टम फेलियर था. ड्यू टू सम रीजन द कैमरा वाज नॉट वर्किंग. नाउ द प्रॉब्लम इज who did it. It was difficult to find from the camera. So what they did was, someone would have surely opened the door, and every hotel has a biometric lock which can be opened only by a key card or a special key. Now the special key is only with the front officer, and it is very difficult that a front officer will be involved with you in such kind of frauds. So they tried to make a duplicate key card, but that person forgot. The person who made the duplicate key card and started the person who made the duplicate key card and access the door forgot कि ये की कार्ड का जब लॉक खुलेगा, इस लॉक का जब पूरा हिस्ट्री खुलेगा तो ये भी दिखाई देगा कि किसके लॉगिन आईडी से ये कार्ड बना हुआ था और ये कार्ड किसके लॉगिन आईडी से खुला है. So they caught that person who made that card. Again, you understand internal control everywhere. So internal control is trying to help you. So they found out the person. अगर वो नहीं मिलता तो कंपनी का नाम खराब होता कि आपके वहाँ चोरी होती है और आपको पता भी नहीं चलता कि कौन आपके होटल में चोरी कर रहा है. Means every employee would be under suspicion, and the name of the hotel or the name of the organization would really be in a mess. So are you getting it? So the answer to your question is, it is subjective. If you can repair it quickly and you have other internal controls, you cannot be said to be non-compliance. क्योंकि देखो, everything is a system. Your computer is a system. Your mobile phone is a system. A CCTV camera is a system, and a system can go down anytime without any reason. Right? If a system can go down at any time without any reason, you can't say non-compliance. It is subjective. You will have to look at what the situation was at that time. Right, Dhara, I hope that solves your doubt. And I hope it is now clear to you. Okay, perfect. Fine, I think this much is sufficient for today. What you will do is you will again go back and revise the entire essay 250, whatever we have done. Make sure you are revising with me. See, so today I've done only one question. Now it is important that you go back and revise at least this one question, rather than thinking that okay, we did only one question, I will do it next time, thoda hi to hai. Don't do all that. See the examples that I've given, understand the concept, make sure that you have clearly understood the concept and you don't have to mug up any of the answers. So please understand each and every point, make notes along with me, revise the entire standard on auditing 250 that we have done, and make sure that this standard on auditing is absolutely clear to you. We will now meet on Saturday. Tomorrow you do not have my lecture. So ensure that standard on auditing 250 is completely clear to you and you are done with this entire standard before we meet on Saturday. Also ensure that you are done up with the entire accounting standard 12, whatever we have done. That is also completed till the time we meet on Saturday, right? So you have tomorrow's day where you can cover up whatever I have revised on whatever I have done, and ensure that you have also revised, so that you are with me in terms of finishing off the syllabus. Right? Okay. Just before I go, one quick question to you all. Are you all comfortable with audit? Are you all able to understand and revise quickly on your chat box? Right, again, important question. I will take the pain. So, Aman, Aksa, Bhavin, Dipesh, Dhara, Digesh, Harshita, Het, Ishita, Jalpan, Jaydev, Kajal, Khushi, Maharshi, Manav, Mayur, Mukaddisha, Nidhi, Nikita, Om, Pawan, Pushti, Raj, Rohan, Sami, Samira, Shifa, Shreyas, Simran, Spruha, Srushti, Ved, Zaid, everyone on your chat box. Are you clear with whatever we are doing? Are you able to understand everything? Are you able to revise back home whatever we are studying? Are you clearly able to understand? Are you sure you're able to understand? There are no doubts? Okay, perfect. Fine, thank you so much for attending. Do revise the essays and the AS that we have done. Make sure that you're thoroughly clear with them. Make sure you're doing the standards on auditing and accounting standards. So you have revised all the essays and the AS, and you're thoroughly clear with this, especially the ones that we are doing, AS 12 and SA 250. Right? So now I will see you on Saturday. If you have any doubts, please come back to me and I will solve them. Thank you so much for attending, and now I'll see you on Saturday. Thank you.